guys, welcome back to my channel, to a brand new video. Go and grab yourselves a hot chocolate, that's what I've got here, or whatever drink you would like for this video, because this is my juicy Q&A video. I thought it was about time we caught up properly and I wanted to just answer your questions. So I've done the obvious and popped a box on the Instagram and asked if you guys have any questions. I've also been getting loads of questions since we announced last week that we were having a baby. And so without further ado, we have quite a few questions to get through in today's video. So we're going to get straight into it, okay? Oh, just quickly, by the way, this is a Bueno hot chocolate. And if you're wondering how on earth did I get my hands on this Bueno hot chocolate, I'm going to make it for you in the next cozy blog, so you don't want to miss that. And so my first question is about infertility. I've got it on the notes here, down here, so if I'm looking down, that's why. It says, infertility, were you trying for a baby? I thought you said you didn't want any more children. So I did mention this in my finding out I was pregnant. So I went through that whole video, so I'll link it down below, the whole pregnancy playlist, and I've explained a few things in there. But from that video, and just to reiterate, no, we wasn't trying for a baby at all. I'm 39 currently, I'll be 40 when I have this baby, and naively, I know different now because of obviously what's going on, but naively I really thought that from the age of 35 up until 40 that I was definitely not going to have any more children, just with age. And so over the years I actually just let it go, you know, like I wasn't bothered anyway, as you all know, because I mentioned it in that video, like I wasn't into investigating. When I say 16 years of infertility, it's because we wasn't preventing a pregnancy, we wasn't seeking one either, we just left it up to God, and nothing happened in 16 years. 16 years with an active sex life as well, like, you know, I just thought it was never going to happen for us. And over the course of 16 years you kind of just like let it go, and which I absolutely did. So when this happened, it was just such a shock. Oh, by the way, guys, last excuse me, I'm getting all of a sudden terribly out of breath when I'm not even doing anything. You know, like I was unfit before, wasn't I? I'm really unfit now. Like I can't even sit here and sit up without being out of breath. So yeah, please excuse me, I'm quite breathless. But yeah, to answer the second part of your question, you thought that me and Ash didn't want any more kids. That is true and correct. You will have heard me say that in a few videos, like from a few years ago or so, when I've done a question and answer in the past. I have actually mentioned that in a few Q&As, like in the past, and I'm going to leave it there because when I formed those opinions, they were valid at the time. And not to mention that it's okay to change your bloody mind. Not that we did though, we didn't do that. Yeah, I just got so used to the idea of not having children. I think I just talked us out of it anyway. So because it weren't happening for us, I kind of went with, well, I don't really like being a mother anyway because of this reason, and those reasons are still valid. There's some parts of motherhood, maybe we'll do a video on that in the future. There are some parts of motherhood that absolutely put me off for life. And they were the reasons I clung to as to why I wasn't bothered over having any more children. And I clung to them reasons, and like they were valid in my mind, and they still are. Like I'm worrying about them things now I am having the baby, because anyway, that's for another video. Like there's parts of motherhood I don't like, basically, and yeah, and due to those reasons, there's no ghost, it's Ralphie going back to bed, by the way, but yeah, those are the actual reasons why I was quite happy not to have any more children. And I hope that makes sense. I do come across as a little bit hypocritical sometimes, or contradictive is the word, maybe, of myself. Like you may hear me say something one time and then totally like the opposite another time. It's because like I'm open-minded, so open-minded to learn I might have formed one opinion then and then learnt something along the way, which is why I've changed my mind. In this time I've said something and it's a little bit different, and I do that quite a lot. In fact, I think it might be a Capricorn thing, because I like to have something and then I like to see every different angle. So I think I form opinions on each angle that I'm forming until I come to an absolute final opinion, you know, or maybe I never will. But it's, again, okay to change your mind and learn new things and say, do you know what, I was wrong about that. I actually think differently now. Like, that's okay. People kind of hold you to what you've said 10 bloody years ago, you know, and it's like, I'm a totally different person now. Like, it's okay to evolve and change your mind and, you know, think different things. Like, it's human nature. And so, yeah, that's a really long-winded way of saying that we weren't trying for a baby, no. But we wasn't preventing a pregnancy either. We just totally forgot about it because I absolutely thought it wasn't going to happen at this point. Okay, next question. How did grandparents react? I'd just like to apologise for that, because in the first trimester vlog, I made up the box with the scan photo and we were going to surprise the grandparents, and we did, by the way, and we went for a massive family dinner, and it's the only chance we could have all really got together at that one time, so definitely wanted to do it then. And then I didn't vlog after that, so you kind of got left hanging with that one. I'm really sorry. Brain fog, baby brain, whatever you want to call it. I forgot to update you on that, and that's a really lovely story actually. So it was Ash's mum's birthday dinner that we were all at a restaurant, at her favourite restaurant. And we were all together, and me and Ash decided that was the night to do it, like, and surprise them, because we had this little gift box. It looked like a gift. I'd made it up. You'll see that in the vlog, first trimester vlog. And I put the scan photo inside of there with some baby's breath, put the lid on it. It was like a little round hat box. And yeah, so we went off to the meal. Me and Ash knew we were about to drop a bomb, so we were both acting really bloody strange. Ash spilt bloody beef stroganoff all over his Ralph Lauren linen shirt. I could have killed him, because by the end, when we took photographs with family, obviously private photographs, he's there with beef stroganoff all over his bloody shirt. I'm like, for God's sake. But yeah, I just think he was so nervous. I was really nervous, and I wasn't feeling 100% still, so I'm sat there really paranoid, because we didn't do it straight away when we got to the meal. We actually planned, me and Ash, we said, right, well, obviously it's her birthday. We don't want to, like, upstage the birthday girl, so to speak. So we had the meal, we chatted, we chit-chatted, and we did the usual family thing. And then me and Ash decided, like, obviously in advance, that when they take our mains away, plates, and they're ready to order dessert, that would be a good time to get this gift out and just give it to his mum, and nobody would suspect anything because it looked like a gift and we were there for a birthday. So it wouldn't have been like, oh, what's that? And then it would be an absolute shocker. And it was a shocker. Let me get to it. Oh, it's just a funny story, because when we first got there, I got there and pulled up. I forgot to take the roller. You know, I have a roller, this roller. You know, I have a roller in my fringe. While I was getting ready with the roller in my fringe, I even said to Ash, do I look okay, before we'd got there? And he was like, yeah, you look fine. I had the roller still in front of my hair. It was his dad that said, you've got a roller in your hair. Do you know that? In the restaurant. I'm like, oh. Because I were all like, I was just all like goofy. I get really goofy. I act strange when, you know, something's going on. Like, that's why I avoid. Yeah, that happened. Ash got beef stroganoff all over his shirt. And then before we'd even begun, right, you know, there's a bar and they all took orders, drinks orders, before they went and seated us for our meal. Which is a usual thing in a restaurant, isn't it? So we're all there doing the rounds with the drinks, and I were really nervous about this bit. So I'd been on at Ash a little bit, and I said, I just know everyone's going to say, well, go on, Suzy, have a glass of wine. And I can't drink because I'm pregnant, and I don't want to reveal the news. Why? Or I don't want anyone to start questioning me either. Why is she not drinking? I said, so that's the bit I'm nervous about. So I said that to Ash previously, so he knew I was nervous about that. And lo and behold, everyone's at the bar, they're going around doing the drinks order. They're like, what do you want to drink, Suzy? And I was like, oh, I'll have a J2O, please, with loads of ice. ice. Ice baby is this baby, because that's all I want is ice. And so anyway, Ashley stood at the bar with his dad, and his dad's going, are you sure you don't want a glass of wine? Right? Yeah. Excuse me. And Ashley just bit his head off. He just went, for God's sake, Dad, can you not just take the first answer? Like, really, really snappy, and snapped his head off. And his dad went, all right, Ash, bloody hell. Like, and I just thought, oh my God, if you've given it away, like if that doesn't give it away, what does? It's just because he was like really protective over me not drinking, and he knew I was nervous about that situation. And I thought, surely they're going to know from his bloody reaction. Like, you didn't have to say it like that. He's just like, and it's not like Ashley. He's such a calm and gentle, laid back giant. He's that type. Shy guy. He's very mysterious. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't shout. He doesn't get annoyed really. So for him to like snap at his dad like that was just out of character. So I just thought, oh my God, you've totally given the game away there. No one knows what's coming. They're chit-chatting about flipping Netflix and what's watching what. And I'm just sat there looking around the room thinking, you have no idea what's about to happen. Literally about to drop a bomb. Ash is like, all right, now. So I was like, now? And he was like, yeah. So I got the gift out of my bag. I passed it to Ash's mum. His dad is sat opposite her. Oh, here's another gift for your birthday. Right, that's all I said. And she puts it on her knee. She opens the box. And she just was not computing what was in there. His dad couldn't see because he sat opposite, and she had it on her knee, and it was upside down at this point to him. And like, we're just waiting for the moment shot. And I actually wrote on the bottom of the scan photo, how does Grandma and Grandpa sound? So that it was absolutely obvious, but she just wasn't getting it. And literally seconds are going by, like a minute's probably passed at this point. And Stefan, Ash's brother, is sat next to her so he can see, and he just went, oh wow, they're having a baby, like to his mum, and his mum's going, who's having a baby? The penny was not dropping. And then obviously they realised that it was us, but it was such a shock to them like it was to us and you lot, because we just never thought it was going to happen at this stage in life. Like I said, you know, nearly 40-year-old, and it's never happened all this time for it to happen now. In fact, his mum and dad actually said, like, we thought it'd be Stefan because he's just about to get married and he's a bit younger than Ash. You know, we thought it'd be Stefan before you, Ash. We thought Suzanne didn't want anymore. I was like, you're right, I didn't. Yet here we are. Crazy life. So it was an absolutely wonderful surprise. And then obviously there's lots of buzz in the family now, waiting for a new little one to join, and it's lovely. It's really lovely actually, and they're all very excited, and yeah, it's wonderful. Next question, did you tell your best friend on that day? So in the first trimester vlog, I had a diary entry there where I was going to meet my best friend. We'd not quite reached the 12-week mark, excuse me. Yeah. So sorry everybody, I'm just so gassy. We'd not quite reached the 12-week mark, so we decided we didn't want to tell anybody. We didn't even tell grandparents before the 12-week mark because of my age, because I'm high risk. This is a high risk pregnancy due to a few factors. I'll touch on that again in another video, but yeah, we really wanted to make sure, and you should anyway, that you're out of the woods and past that 12-week mark, because anything can happen. And the last thing we wanted to do was get anyone excited and then something bad happen, you know, God willing. I was toying with the idea of telling her in that video that day we was meeting up, but it was too soon. I didn't want to tell her too soon, and yeah, I forgot to update you after that as well. So the question is, did you tell your best friend on that day? And yeah, I did, because I couldn't hide it, which is why then I avoided everybody else after that, because I just knew that I can't like be around people without telling them, because I feel like I'm acting strange. So the intention was not to tell her. We went out, like I said, to do coffee, and we went to this farm shop, and straight away in the car she was just asking me questions like, how's the renovation going, how's this going, how's that going? And I was just acting so strange. In fact, she was looking at me like, there's something going on. You could tell with the way she was looking at me that she knew there was something going on, and I can't hide it. So yeah, I told her because I was desperate as well. I was desperate to tell someone, just to have someone know, not just Ash. Like, obviously my best friend is a woman herself and she's got 2 children, you know what I mean? So you just sometimes need another woman to talk to and relate to and things like that. And like I said, I couldn't hide it. So yeah, I ended up telling her that day, like more or less straight away in the car. She were really shocked at the wheel, like, because just like everybody else, we were all shocked because of my age, and like we thought I didn't want any more. Next question, which room is going to be the nursery? I've been having so many comments and questions about the nursery. Everyone's so excited about the nursery. I'm also really excited about the nursery. In fact, it's the first place my mind went to when the shock had died down in my own head. I just thought, oh my God, the nursery, wow. Like, as if I get to design a nursery, like how freaking special. And my mind was just full of ideas and colours and all sorts of things. So I'm really excited about that. Obviously, we will get to the nursery situation, so them questions surrounding the nursery will be answered in future videos that I do have planned. So it's not that I'm ignoring those questions, just to let you know. But for the fact that which room is going to be the nursery, I can tell you that now. So you know, the guest room, Joelle's room. Joelle is never here, by the way, which is why we always refer to it as a guest room, Joelle's room. We were just going to make it up as a room for a guest. Joelle would be that guest when she does grace us with her presence for the night, but she never ever does. We don't know when she's going to come back home, and you know, it just makes sense to have that room as the nursery. We could do the tiny office room as the nursery, but as the child grows, we're going to need more space and change the room then to the bigger room. So it just makes sense that the guest room is now going to be the nursery, and you don't need to worry about Joelle, because the office design that I already had in mind had a sofa bed in there, and for the amount of times Joelle comes home, that will be beautiful enough for her to get her head down if she does come home. And if she came home permanently, then I would give up my dressing room and absolutely make her up a room. But I doubt that's going to happen. She is very much out in the world and enjoying herself, let me tell you that. Are you having a gender reveal? Of course we're having a gender reveal. Like, I just love it all, because back in the day, 20 years ago, when I had my first pregnancy with Joelle, they didn't have any of this, like, faff, so to speak. They didn't have gender reveals or baby showers. Well, I mean, they did in America. It all comes from America, doesn't it? And then we take it on eventually. Just like they didn't celebrate Halloween as big as we do these days. And it's all because Americans do, I think, anyway. That's what my theology surrounding it. But yeah, I think it's a really good thing for a pregnant mother to enjoy those little celebrations and milestones throughout the pregnancy. Otherwise, because I've done it before with no celebrations along the way, it's a long time, isn't it, to feel like crap, basically. And so to have these little things like just pick you up along the way, like the gender reveal and the baby showers and things like that, that's just lovely to do. You all know I don't have any friends that are going to throw me a baby shower or anything like that. I don't have like enough people to justify a baby shower really around a very small knit family. I keep myself to myself usually, like yeah, so there's no baby shower as such, but definitely is a gender reveal. So we're doing a gender reveal, and that's all I'm going to say at this stage, because I am planning it. It's going on in the background at the moment, and I will update you guys very soon on what's going on with that. But yeah, I wanted to have some fun before the gender reveal as well, with the guessing of the gender with you guys. So there's some videos I've got planned coming up next really soon, in the foreseeable future, and I just want to have some fun and guess gender. Like, I've got a video planned where I'm going to tell you all my food cravings and food aversions, and then I want you guys to guess from them what is the gender of this child. And then also I've got a video about, the old wives' tales. So which of the old wives' tales I fit, and then you guys from that can guess what the gender is. I mean, you're all guessing anyway. You're all guessing a boy as well. I mean, it's obvious because it's in the comments. I think I've heard one person out of all the guesses so far in the comments. One person has guessed a girl and the rest are all boy guesses. And then you've been giving me all your stories as well about why you think it's a boy. And I just find it really, really fascinating and so much fun to do. So yeah, that's coming soon. But yes, to answer the question, we're going to do a gender reveal. So you've got that to look forward to on my channel as well. And I'm so happy to share it with you. Because like I said, I've not got a lot of friends enough to do like a baby shower. So yeah, I'm going to make the gender reveal like, it's going to be baby shower vibes, but it's a gender reveal. But we're going to do it really pretty and have a really nice time. I think that'll be really, really nice. Anyway, next question. Will you be looking for your forever home quicker? Well, that's actually a really good question surrounding the renovations, and I knew there were going to be questions surrounding this. So you guys know we were renovating. You knew our future plans. I've mentioned it so many times along the way. We're just going to renovate houses until we find the forever home. We wasn't in any rush to find the forever home in the first place, and having the baby, yes, it's going to slow us down, at least for the foreseeable immediate future, because you don't want to be renovating with a newborn baby, obviously moving on and having a house move during that newborn stage. So we're going to stay put until the baby's old enough. But I've mentioned this to Ash and we've been having conversations, and whatever I say today, please don't hold me to it, because they're only discussions and thoughts at the moment. No concrete moves or decisions have been made with regards to that, but I can see why you're all thinking that way, because we've been thinking about it as well. I have mentioned in the past that I didn't enjoy motherhood the first time around with Joelle because I felt stuck, not being able to do what we want to do. And I know that you can't get away from that, you're stuck and you're tied to a routine, as in when the child starts school especially. I really didn't enjoy it. I just wanted to do what we wanted to do. I want to go on holiday when we want to go on holiday. You know what I mean? I don't want no government dictating to me when I can go on holiday or not with my child. I just found all that stuff really debilitating and caged. I felt caged and I didn't enjoy it. I didn't feel free having a child. Does that make sense? I want to carry on doing what we were doing in life anyway. Yes, it's going to be a bit more difficult with the child in tow eventually. We're not going to do it while we've got a newborn. But as soon as we're as soon as we think we can carry on, let's start moving to the next property. There's no time like the present. So the answer is yes and no. There's no rush in a way. We're quite happy to plod along still, moving forward slowly. There's no real rush. Oh my God, we're having a baby now. We really need to find this forever home, because I just don't think it works like that. And I don't like to settle and commit to one thing. I find the whole thing, the renovating and the feeling free, I find it all an adventure. You know that, because I've spoken about it in the past before. And you know what? I've said this to Ash. Having a baby, yeah, you can't really do them things straight away because you've got a newborn baby, but why should that stop you? You know what I mean? Why should that stop us from going after our dreams still? I don't think it should. Next question. How do you think Ralphie will react with the child? So I can see the concerns. It's always a concern, isn't it, when you've got pets, dogs in particular, possibly bigger dogs. How are they going to react around a newborn baby? Obviously, there's a little bit of a, it's a little bit, ooh, because, your little pets, and if you're anything like us, we just baby Ralphie. He's our baby at the moment, so there's a new baby in town kind of a thing. Like, is he going to be jealous? And obviously them thoughts should cross your mind, because if they didn't, I think you'd be being a little bit naive and open to something bad happening. So, you know, prevention is better than cure and all of that. But no, I think he'll be absolutely fine. He's so gentle. I know he's a chihuahua, and you might be thinking, oh, he's a little, like, you know, sassy chihuahua. He's not a biter. He's a lover, not a fighter. He's definitely a lover, not a fighter, is our little Ralphie. I think he's absolutely gentle when there's other things going on. Like, he's been around other puppies and things like that, and he's so gentle. He's lovely. But obviously we'll be very cautious at first on the first meeting and things like that, and then we'll just settle in as and when, you know, and I'm with the baby all the time, so it'll be fine. I'm always with Ralphie as well, and we always include Ralphie with everything, so as long as we carry on including him, which we absolutely intend to do, he's going to be the best big brother ever. And like I said, he's not got a bad bone in his body, honestly, he hasn't, and he's so patient, and he'll just take himself off otherwise. And you know your pet, don't you? Not that I would just like leave him to be free, you know, to make a wrong decision, because I would never do that, just in case. But I think he's going to be absolutely a wonderful big brother. Oh, good question. Are you having a baby moon? Well, I hope you're watching this, Ashley. We have briefly spoke about this. Listen, there's so much since we've like discovered this huge change in plans. But there's so much to think about. Like, the car broke, we need a new car anyway, so we need a new car. We need, you know, we're still finishing off the renovations here in this house. We've still got the outside to do and a garden to renovate, so, you know, we've got to be careful with the money, just like everybody, I suppose, and we've got to keep our eye on the numbers and stuff like that. But we've worked, and I say we, Ash has worked so hard all year on the renovation. You all know he doesn't stop working, and then we've got this all to think about now, and a nursery to do, a new car to get, and I would absolutely love a baby moon. Yeah, it'd be a dream to be able to get away, but the problem is we're still discussing this. So I don't have an answer, unfortunately. I'd love a baby moon, if we can get one in. I obviously don't want to be travelling in the 3rd trimester, so time is of the essence at this stage. We're already in the 2nd trimester, and the weeks are flying by, and then we've got appointments left, right and centre with all the hospital and things like that, and other things, commitments on. We've got a wedding coming up, Ash's brother's wedding, and a stag do, and all sorts going on in the background otherwise, and it's just going to be a case of finding the time to get away, and if we do, like, where we're going to go. So we're just taking it step by step at the moment. It is on our mind, but I don't know, but at the same time, and this is my thing, like, I would love a holiday. Ash definitely deserves one after all of his hard work this year. And then my thing is, when are we going to get a holiday again? You know, it's going to be 3rd trimester, baby's going to be here, and we're going to be like well in the throes of the newborn days and just toddlerhood. When are we going to get a chance to get away? Yeah, like a baby moon is just mum and dad's chance to just have that last time together before baby comes away. So that would be an absolute dream, but I don't have an answer to that just yet. Okay, next question. Are you going to carry on renovating? And I think I've answered that, haven't I, already? The answer is hopefully yes. We're definitely going to be staying here for the foreseeable. We're going to have the baby in this house is what I mean, and we're going to do the newborn days in this house, and you know, 6 months afterwards maybe we'll feel ready to move on to a new project. Maybe we won't, but I know that I definitely want to carry on doing it. I know it's going to be challenging, like I've just said, and I've just explained all that really. So, but yeah, I do want to carry on renovating. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was talking about this before, and I was saying, like, if anything is going to give you motivation in this life, it should be your children. And I remember the first time round, I was so young when I had Joelle, but she did give me some sort of fire and some sort of drive to get to where I needed to be, you know, like in life, or to move up in life away from the shit that I was used to. I've spoken about a few bits and bats in the past, I think, about that as well. But yeah, if anything's going to give me and Ashley more motivation than we already have, it's having a baby. So just bear that in mind. Oh, this is a cute question. So when did you find your faith in life, and do you attend church? How long now ago? 3, 4, about 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, something like that. And unfortunately, significant things were happening in my life beforehand, which not forced me, but had me seeking, not Jesus, but I was seeking help, I suppose. All the new age stuff I was into, you know, crystals and the manifestation and flipping law of attraction and all of that darkness. I'm sorry, it's darkness dressed up as light. What does Satan come as? An angel dressed as light. And it gives me shivers when I think about it, because I don't like to preach about it, especially to these young girls that are really into this law. They really think, and because their intentions are good, mine were. I'm not a bad person. You're not a bad person. But you must go on your own journey. I hope that leads you down the right path and finds the truth like it did with me, which it wasn't very nice. I find it really difficult talking about it as to why and what happened, why I, you know, found Jesus. But he saved me in the end, and that cemented absolutely in the moment, right there and then, the moment, like, wow, you are real. And then so slowly I've been learning all along, well, trying to learn. And the other answer to the question is no, I don't attend church at the moment. I thought that I should be attending church at first, you know, as a new Christian. They call it a baby Christian, getting back into the faith. I really felt guilty not going to church, like I'm not real, you know, I'm not a real believer, or, you know, I'm not like heavy in my faith if I don't go to church. But that's not the case. They say, like, you don't have to go to church to be close to God. God is everywhere, not just in church buildings. You know, you got to have him, invite him into your heart. So yeah, at the moment I don't go to a church, and the reason for that is I can't find one that aligns with me. And they say take your time, like it's okay to take your time, you know, as long as you're praying every day and you're learning in your own way. And I do. I study the Bible every morning and I pray every day, and you know, my life has changed because of it. And I don't know how else to tell you. Like, if you know me personally as a person, you'll see how different my life is now. And all glory to God. All glory to God. Like, it's as simple as this. Like, no darkness can come near you if you are so close to the light. It's as simple as that. Next question, are you going to convert the attic? So when we started this renovation, there was a possibility we was going to convert the attic. And you know, the small office room, we was going to put a staircase in there. Well, we had a discussion about this, to put a staircase in there design wise, and then have that upstairs attic room as whatever we were going to use it for. I was hoping for a dressing room up there because I just liked the roof in there, and I could just vision my dressing room up there and going up there every morning, like, to film, only because I do YouTube and things like that. Anyway, it didn't come to fruition. We felt like at the time, excuse me, we felt like at the time we didn't want to put a lot of money in converting the attic. We're going to leave that to another family. This is already a 4-bedroom house, and it's a sizable house. Like on the scale, like the rooms scaled, if you scale the rooms, like they're massive rooms, each of them. But yeah, so we didn't need to do that. If another family wanted to extend on the 4-bedroom house that they bought from us and do the attic, that's up to them. But we felt like, as a renovation project, this house was in such need of a makeover, like as you've all probably seen from the start, because we have documented this renovation journey of this house right from the start. It's on a playlist and they're all numbered. You can go and have a right binge if you wanted to, but it's a massive massive job. And we're coming to the end of it now, but anyway, yeah, we just felt like we didn't want to do the attic. What we were doing was enough. We're still not finished. We've got to do the outside yet, and the courtyard, and just you know, one of the porches. And there's no reason that someone in the future, when they buy this house off of us, can't do the same and do other things to it if they wanted to, just to make it even better. It's just that obviously, being like a money maker, a renovation project for us, it wasn't never our forever home. Things would be different if it was our forever home. I think we'd spend a bit more and do the things we want the house to be. I think we've done enough for this project, and obviously budget comes into it as well. You know, we haven't got unlimited budget, so that would have took a lot of money to do the attic, and so we decided against it. And even now with the baby coming, and the fact that we're going to just stay here that little bit longer than we planned, probably not much longer, but that little bit longer than what we planned, we don't feel like we need that space either, because like I said, there's only me and Ash and then the baby and Ralphie, and it's a massive 4-bedroom house. Like, we got more than enough space, honestly. Even if Joelle came home as well, there'd be more than enough space for us all, honestly. Oh, this is a wonderful question. This is off one of my friends, Sarah. So hi, Sarah. She says, what is one thing you're excited about becoming parents? So I've actually asked Ash this before I sat down to film this video, because I don't want to tell you mine and then not ask Ash, because he's a parent as well. But yeah, what a cute little question. I really need to think about it. There's probably a lot of things that I haven't thought of in the moment right now that I can think of later when this video's probably gone out and I've answered already, and I'll think, oh, why didn't I say that? Off the top of my head, I'm really looking forward to the magic. And when I say that, I mean the magic inside of a child. You know, Christmas again, and believing in Father Christmas and the tooth fairy, and everything being so magical through a child's eyes. And I just love creating magic anyway as an adult, so I'm going to really enjoy that all again. I enjoyed it with Joelle when she was little as well, and they just grow up too fast. And if, like, I think I said this on Instagram in one of my posts not so long ago, if 20 years difference has taught me anything from having Joelle 20 years ago to now, it's the fact that it goes by like that, and you can never go back to it. You can never redo it. So I'm aware of that now. I wasn't aware of it then. That was my first time. And I am so going to be present and in the moment this time round, like right in the middle of the magic, and I can't wait for that. And you know what? I've asked Ash, and he just said, oh, it's hard to pinpoint one thing, isn't it? Like, you don't get many answers out of him, I tell you. Let me tell you a cute little thing he did. In the first trimester, I was all over the place with my hormones. I was super emotional at this time as well that this happened. The stairs had just gone down, and the stair runners in the house, so that had just been completed, and we were at the end of the day, working day, and we was, you know, checking out the new stairs and I've got pins and needles. Sorry, everybody. We were checking out the new stairs and the stair rods, and at the top of the stairs I was sat, and Ash went, just imagine a little one coming down the stairs at Christmas time. And I just burst into tears, like, oh my God, stop it. I was bawling my eyes out when he said that, because I could just imagine it. And again, the magic, isn't it? And the traditions. I love family traditions. Like, I loved dressing Joelle up for Halloween. I loved dressing her up for World Book Day. I just loved all the little family traditions that we had over the years that have slowly just faded away because she's grown up now. So yeah, we get to just do all that all over again. So yeah, I'm really excited about that side of things, definitely. So this one was a nice question. Is there anything about your house that you wish you could change but can't, and your house is beautiful? Thank you. That's such a good question. I really don't know. I'm sure if I sat and thought about it with some time, because like I said, I haven't got 2 brain cells to rub together at the moment, that I would come up with something better than this. But off of the top of my head, I love the inside of the house. There's nothing I would change about the inside of the house. I love the location of the house being right on the edge of the woodland. The only thing I would change, I guess, would be having a bit of more land and garden. If it came with some land, you'd really struggle getting me out of this one. Yeah, I want land because I want to be able to grow a garden, and a kitchen garden in particular, in the future. So that's my future self wanting something with land. And I also want some chickens. I've said this before, I'm sorry. I'm in my grandma era. I'm actually not in my grandma era. I'm back in the mum era. But wouldn't that be wonderful for the little one, you know, to get up and help with the chickens and things like that. This is why we're just going to carry on doing what we're going to do, because I think it's a magical adventure for a little one as well, to be honest with you, as much as it will be challenging. If the house had land, so I can't change the fact that it's not got land. It's got, you know, it's decent. We've got a little courtyard that wraps around the property, and then at the back we have a little garden. We feel lucky because even though it's public space, after that, after the trees, we've got the whole of the wood, which is a large area, and it's right on our back doorstep. Like, we're not overlooked at the back of there or anything, and it's magical down there, you know. Even though it's a public space, it still feels like it's part of our back garden. Just stroll down there a lot with the dog and things like that. So, and I wanted to mention these last questions because I don't want any of you to think I'm ignoring you. A lot of questions came through about gender and gender reveal. Obviously, I've touched on gender reveal. We are going to have one, but that's all I'm willing to say at the moment, because I'll ruin basically what I've got planned for you all. And it's all so exciting, and you know, I want to have some fun along the way, or else, you know, why not? We've been getting a lot of questions like, do you know the gender, and what do you guess the gender will be? So I'm going to include the answers to maybe all of those questions in the upcoming videos, and we're going to have some fun with that, like I said. So I just wanted to mention those questions because I didn't want you to think I were ignoring you or anything, because I would never ever do that. And if you've asked a question and I've already started filming, I'm so sorry, but trust me, I'll keep hold of them and they'll be answered along the way as well. But yeah, everybody, that brings us to the end of our Q&A video. I hope I've answered all of your burning questions. If I didn't get round to answering yours, I'm so sorry, but I'm sure it will get answered over the next few videos, over the next few weeks and months. We're going to have so much fun with what I've got planned. So much to think about and do, isn't there? Like, oh, I feel overwhelmed if I think about it too much. So we're going to take it one step at a time. I plan on living an unhurried life for the foreseeable future. We're going to chill out. We're going to deal with things as they come up and come along, and we're going to have fun along the way. So I'm really glad you're all here and enjoying the journey with me. I'd just like to thank everybody again for all of the well wishes and support. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. I hope you're having a really good week so far, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.